So this piece of land you can see in front of us is Isla de Shiva. Wildchild is trying to sail. Well, you guys all know Captain Lexi is a stubborn, hardcore purist. It is the end of November and beginning of December 2019. The girls of Wildchild are still in Puerto Rico. We're making our way out. We're hopping along the island of Vieques, and then eventually we're going to hop around to the island of Culebra and then exit United States territory. Well, we're sailing again, I think, for the 4th or 5th day in a row. We're not sailing hard by any means, like we're only sailing like 4 to 12 hours a day, or 4 to 10 hours a day, I think. And it's the Caribbean. Like, I don't even think there is such thing as difficult sailing in the Caribbean. It's all so easy. But I'm tired of sailing. Like, I feel like I just want to sit home and watch TV and play video games. I don't always want to be on a sailboat every day of my life. We're only going 10 miles up the coast to Isla Shiva, Baja de Shiva or something. It's supposed to be like beautiful tropical beach, lovely stop. It's only 10 miles up the coast, but it's 10 miles dead upwind. Therefore, it will be probably 15 miles. We're moving at 4 knots. It means, 3 or 4 hours we should get there. We're just going to drop the hook, chill out, and have a lovely dinner and a relaxing night. Tomorrow, Culebra. So that's going to be about a 30-mile sail, partly tight to the wind and hopefully partly beam reachy, but we'll see what the winds do. I think the winds are supposed to be strong-ish today and light-ish tomorrow. But you never know. So this piece of land you can see in front of us is Isla de Shiva. And this bay is Baía de Shiva. And we had heard from friends. I had heard from friends that this is a good, safe place to anchor as a final jumping off point for Culebra tomorrow. You cannot stop on the eastern tip of Vieques because the United States Navy is doing explosive underwater demolitions there. Wildchild is at anchor at Baja de Shiva. We've had some rain clouds move through, and things don't always show up on the camera, but there is an absolutely perfect rainbow. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, but there's an absolutely amazing rainbow. Full sky, full arc. Is that cool or what? Absolutely spectacular. I don't know if you noticed, but the whole day Elena was not featured in the videos. She's grumpy again. She's locked down in a cone of silence. She refuses to talk, to come up, to help. She just plays on her phone. Her bipolar's got the best of her again. The next morning, Ellen is still down. She's refusing to speak and she's refusing to help. So I have to get the boat off anchor and set it sailing on my own. Sorry I didn't film for you guys. Wildchild is trying to sail in light swirly winds around the eastern point of Isla Vieques. But we are having a very hard time of it. This is the worst tack angle of my entire life. I am trying to sail in light winds, upwind, in light winds between 6 and 8 knots, with a wind angle between 30 and 80 degrees. And I'm trying to point into it. I just did our tack, and usually Wildchild can get at least a 90-degree tack angle. We are almost going back to where we started from, because with such a light squirrely wind, I just can't point into it. I'll show you that I'm running Wildchild cutter rigged. I've got her storm jib out, and full Jenny and full main, trying to like get some amount of speed or distance, and we're like 6 over 1.5. It is so frustrating. And yet, I mean, this is sailing. Nobody said sailing was going to be easy all the time. This is a little bit of an advanced sailing skill kind of thing. But one of the things beginner sailors don't know how to do is to control their slot. The slot is the space between the back of your Jenny and the front of your main. By putting my storm sail out, I've created a double slot. So I've caused compression to occur on the inside, backside of the Jenny with the storm sail. It's sort of choked off and created compression to give it a little better lift. It's also deflected some of the wind to reduce the pressure in front of the lower half of the main. So it's lowered the pressure on this side of the slot, and it's raised the pressure on this side of the slot. You can see my ticklers. I mean, I'm sailing between 30 and 80 degrees into the wind. So the wind is extremely unsteady. But I'm running as maximum sail area and canvas as I can, and I have to get around the point of Isla Viejas right there, but I'm slipping sideways so much, I've got to get around that point. But I have more wave than wind, and very unstable winds, and I'm just not sailing that efficiently to windward. And this is what I'm talking about. If you look at the true wind speed here in the bottom right corner, you can see it varying wildly, and if you look at the wind angle, it's varying wildly. It's very hard to sail into an unstable wind, or an unstable light wind. Because to sail upwind in light winds, you need to be extremely efficient. But given the swell of the ocean and the swirliness of the wind, I just can't maintain efficiency. So you can see I made over 2.5, and I'm just not doing well. To look at my shame and my embarrassment, look at that tack angle. Like, look at how horrible that is. I'm not even like making a 90-degree tack. I'm going back to where I started from. I'm trying to slowly increase my efficiency as I come to wind, as the boat stabilizes itself. But if you look at the sideways slip from the current that I've got, it's pretty severe. I'm just not going forward fast enough. I just don't have the winds I need. I wish my magic weather stick was not broken. 20 to 50 degree wind angle. Well, you guys all know Captain Lexi is a stubborn, hardcore purist. Never one to use her iron Jenny. But I've got to get around that point, and I'm only moving at 1.8 knots at the moment. I think it might be time for me to swallow my captain's pride and use the iron Jenny to motor sail upwind and hopefully improve my wind angle. Because we have 14 miles to Calabria, and we're never going to make it like this. Oh. Lexi hates the motor. Damn it. Oh goodness, I just love my little Volkswagen Rabbit engine. This little thing just starts every time. It is so reliable. Let's try to get this at least over 2. Let's try to get our sail angle around the corner Isla Viejas. And you can see that with the Iron Jenny on, look at the improvement in our angle. I should be able to sail 90 degrees from my previous tack, but I couldn't. The winds were unstable, so I need to motor sail for a while to improve my angle for this point. So I got to get upwind, and then I can try falling off. In light winds, in these squirrely light winds, I don't think I can sail any better than 50 or 60 degrees to the wind. So I have to get my point of travel, which is Culebra. Over here, I've got to get it at a wind angle of 50, 60 degrees to be able to switch to sail. To fall off, I need to get around the point of Isla Viejas. It's true, sometimes sailing is so frustrating, you just want to scream. We can't go. The wind angle is 90 degrees. Like, it's moving so much that if I bear off even 60 degree, try for a 60-ish wind degree angle, all my sails, I can't move more than 1.5 knots and 6 knots of wind. I'm rolling more than moving. The wind is so light and unsteady, I just can't go. We can't make any distance or any headway by sail at all. We're basically bobbing. So we're gonna furl the sails and we have to motor. We just may not make it to Culebra today. We may just have to find a place to anchor at the backside of Viejas, maybe. Some days sailing is extremely frustrating, and today Captain Lexi is super frustrated. I hate accepting defeat. Lately, it seems like us sailor girls have gotten really good at arriving at our anchorages just as the sun is setting. We are in Ensada Honda, which is in Culebra, and we're just bringing Wild Child in looking for a place to anchor among the other boats. And probably there's 20 or 30 minutes of daylight left to set the hook. I'm not entirely sure where we're gonna go. There is not any video footage of it, but things are about to go extremely badly in Culebra. Ellen is going to have a mental breakdown and she's going to get kicked off the boat for bad behavior. But that's a story for another time.